Welcome back.
Hi. That voice
Hi.
freaks me every time you do that.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Two Dudes and a Brew. I'm Billy.
I'm Alex.
Oh, yeah. There it
That
is.
is not
Got
a
it in there.
trademark of
Got
this
it
show.
in there. Feeling good now. All right, guys. So,
I always try to guess like how you're going to lead the episode off because you don't tell me.
No, I don't.
And it's just sometimes, like I can tell by your mood sometimes how you're going to lead into it. Another time it's like
You could get anything.
you're
just
going to
don't-
kill the barrier I have on the sound here in a minute. Like I'm going to watch bars go straight.
Like,
to it.
woo!
The board just lit every fucking light I've got.
And anybody that was listening is just like, oh, God.
Yeah, if we broke a speaker in your car, Two Dudes and a Brew takes no responsibility for any broken speakers, eardrums.
You got
and
insurance.
or-
It's fine.
That's what insurance is for. Billy,
Yes, sir.
what are we talking about today?
Chernobyl.
When I think of churn, I think ice cream.
I thought of butter, but butter. When you churn the butter.
I don't
No,
think you can say that.
no. We're talking about the Chernobyl disaster.
Oh, that's not anything fun.
But like, it's gonna be kind of cool because like we're gonna talk about the Chernobyl disaster, kind of like what happened, how it went down, la di da di da, and then at the end, got a little bit of surprise.
I hate surprises.
Little surprise
You know
section
I fucking hate surprises.
after we get through all the details.
I want you to know that you, producer Albany, and producer Jordan all know that I hate surprises, and for some reason you have a hard on to do them.
That's why. That's the exact fucking reason.
I wish you guys liked me. I really did.
You're
Did.
still here.
I got forced
those two
here.
women sitting on that couch right there watched so many crime documentaries
Yeah,
that
it's
if they
not
did
good.
it, we didn't like you,
I'd be dead by now.
we wouldn't find you.
I think we've had this talk before. I'm going to bring it up. You know how hard it is? Everybody uses the term Netflix and chill.
Yeah.
You ever tried to, get the funky on with fucking Law and Order SVU playing or
The ID.
Yeah.
Yes, the fucking ID channel.
We've stopped and I've turned the TV off.
That's
I
why
can't,
I'm
it
so
fucks me
happy.
up.
That's why I'm so happy we got rid of cable. Like,
Yeah.
we fucking...
We still have Sling.
Of course, like right now, we're like binge watching American Horror Story.
I can't watch that show.
And
too
it's
much
pretty
for me.
good, dude. It's pretty good. We just finished season 2, so...
So that show confuses me. We're way off topic. We're 2 minutes in. We're off
Who
topic.
fucking cares?
I can't watch that show just because, like, I guess I like shows that kind of roll into each season together, like a Longmire, a Yellowstone, something like that. Yeah, they play into each other, but they're like completely different settings.
No, they don't play into each other. So the same actors, actually, like, majority of them play in each season.
Yeah, they roll them over and use
But
them
it's
again.
different characters.
Yeah,
And,
stupid.
dude, it's really good.
Stupid.
No, it's stupid. Shut your mouth.
Sorry.
Shut your mouth hole. Anyway, I'm thirsty. And I need a drink. Do you need a drink, Alex?
I could use
Join
one. I
me
could be a little
as
parched.
we have a drink. Do you want me to tell you what the drink is?
Are you having like a brain stroke right now or something? Exactly.
Here we go.
Let's talk about beers, Billy. Feel the can. That is going to explode.
Probably. All right, guys.
Damn it.
This week we are drinking the Seven Clans Brewing Company's Hop Rooted IPA. It is an American IPA that features intense floral and citrus notes utilizing Centennial hops from the Pacific Northwest. Bitterness is bright and balanced without being over the top. Dry hopped with even more Centennial.
Go ahead, producer Albany.
For an extra punch. Wow. And the camera
Just
shook
so
like a
anybody knows, if you're
motherfucker.
watching on the camera, Jordan tried to climb under. She kicked the stand. Then Albany tried to crawl over, and it felt like a small earthquake.
It's a very cold beer on my head. As I was saying,
As you were saying.
it's dry hopped with even more Centennial for an extra punch of pungent hop goodness. It is a 6.5%, which actually is right in the ballpark that me and you like to drink.
Yeah, that's
it's
about
not
right.
too heavy. It's not too low. I think the last episode we did that what was that fucking beer? It was.
It wasn't Pojo. It
It was
the
Camel.
Camel City.
Yeah, fuck that beer.
That was a little strong.
No, it was fucking strong with no alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that. Plus, they fucking took shit. Anyway.
They took my life from me that night.
It says indigenous owned and locally crafted, which we're all about the local craft.
Yeah.
The print on the can here looks like illustrated 2 hands holding like a shitload of hops and roots and all that good stuff.
Is that like why it's called hop rooted?
I would say yes. It says, on the side here, it's got a little banner. Indigenous cultures around the world know that nature never fails to provide just what our bodies need and our taste buds crave. Sustaining a harmonious relationship with the land is essential to our well-being. So for this brew, we dug deep to unearth our hop-rooted IPA by cultivating intense floral and citrus notes to complement the Pacific Northwest Centennial hops bitterness. We've gone back to the secret of earthly goodness. Balance. So.
What? Goodness dash balance? What the fuck? Why I got it? Dude, check out their logo. Their logo is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's fucking
like
cool
it.
as shit. All right, so we're going to go ahead and pop a top, but I need to put a note in here. We do not have any producers here, so we will not be doing a score on the pour. Score on the pour.
That was so cheesy.
That is going to be the name of that. Score on the pour.
I'm telling you now, like, I can feel how hard this can is.
Nah, like, mine's got some play to it.
Mine, I could literally throw through a wall right now. The can is so hard.
Well, let's go ahead and pop a top.
Yeah, pop a top. Go ahead. Pop it.
Nothing. Here goes Alex. Oh, shit. Nothing.
I think it's broken.
Here we go. So we'll just pour together.
Oh, we'll pour together. Something new.
Yeah.
Something new.
Here we go. We'll just get a pour. We're not even going to rate the shit. We're going to pour this. See what kind of hoppity hop hip hop goodness we can get out of it. Hopefully we get some good stuff.
Oh, I got a roller here.
I would say if we were scoring, you took me for sure. Take a look at that beer though. That's a pretty beer. I like that. That nice
got good color.
The nice, like medium to light gold. Give it a snifferoo. I don't really smell anything.
No, I
smell a little bit.
Cheers.
Cheers, my guy. And let's take a swirl.
That's bitter.
That does some weird stuff.
We'll
see how that holds up.
It was like bitter, and at the end I almost tasted
Is this
like
still getting weird? Like
yeah.
That is getting weird.
Like it's like the aftertaste is changing of flavor. I definitely taste the citrus in it.
Yeah, 100%. But
like it was almost
it's
like
not
biting
bad.
into a grapefruit.
It's not bad. It's just
something different.
The afterburn is a little weird.
I guess it's something that you almost need to be prepared for.
Yeah.
But we'll see where it goes.
Okay. So guys.
What's next? Bullshit.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
The week.
Yes, and oh shit.
I'll lead in.
You should.
Because you're a little fucking wound up
I'm
tonight.
fucking boiling.
So, we sit down every week before we get on, and we go over a couple small things. And usually the bullshit of the week, we just tell each other like what we're going to talk about. Neither one of us have said a word tonight, and I think we both came ready to go.
Oh, fucking, I'm firing on fucking all cylinders there, bud.
So everybody knows I travel for a living.
100% firing.
I like what I do for a living. I enjoy the travel aspect of it. I'm actually getting ready to go to town for 10 days. What? You jealous?
No, I'm just fucking boiling. I just fucking need you to hurry up.
Sit over there and fucking boil. I'm getting ready to go out of town for 10 days. And, when you travel as a job, it becomes a lifestyle. It isn't just a 9 to 5. There's no such thing as a 9 to 5 in what I do.
Shit,
and really a 9 to 5 at this point is hard to find. That's quality.
I'm about to say, you work 40 hours a week? Like, that's part-time.
Congrats.
That's part-time there, bud.
But, so I leave Thursday, which I'm looking forward to. It's going to be a good week. Good.
Just for connotation, this is, I don't know if that's the right word for that, but just for note, this is Tuesday.
Yes.
March 2nd. So, I don't know why I said that.
I was wondering why you were going down that road.
Just to give some perspective on the fucking time frame.
I'm going out of town for 10 days.
Bye.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out.
So like I said, I mean, you learn to live out of a suitcase. The suitcase becomes what you wrap your life around. Mm-hmm. And I've learned to pack a suitcase pretty well. I mean, I can pack in 5 minutes for 2 weeks when I know some people take days to pack. I'm used to it. So we landed in Daytona. Sorry, we landed in Miami this week. And I'm standing there talking to one of our guys, you know, cool, going to be a good week. What do you think? You know, the flight, everything like that. Just kind of bullshit and wait for the bags to get around the corral. See my bag. And I look at one of my tires on my bag, and I was like, oh, why does it look like it's at an angle? You know, like the side of the bag's flat, and the wheels usually line up with the bag.
Yep, and it's like you got heavy camber.
There's the wheel.
You got heavy camber.
Why is it bent at a 45-degree angle? So what looks like what happened is it fell off the cart, and the bag was full of stuff. I mean, it was a 37, 38-pound bag, and it snapped the whole wheel right out of the casing. So I, of course, I try not to let a lot get me wound up at this point, you know. Took calm head over to the customer service counter. All I want to do is go to the hotel and relax. I got a long weekend ahead of me, but whatever. Go over there. Of course, I'm in Miami. Spanish is the main language down there. Even at the airport.
Yeah.
So everybody I talk to has a heavy Spanish accent. And it's tough to hear, especially with the masks. The masks don't help anything.
No.
Talking to her. Well, then she wants to swap out luggage. She wants to keep my bag, and they'll just give me a new piece of luggage. No, I don't want your knockoff fucking luggage that's going to break on me in 2 trips. No. I just want a credit. Well, we don't do money here. I said, all right, we'll put an incident report in, and we'll do it. Well, then she gets an attitude at me. I was like, seriously? I didn't. And the manager walked over, and I don't see the big problem if you rolled it over here. So I literally took my whole bag and put it on their counter.
That's exactly
and
what
I said,
the fuck
see the
I
wheel?
done.
And
100%.
I grabbed the wheel. So I guess that the way they have it like plastic molded into the bearing to hold it, broke the plastic molding off. So I grabbed the wheel and pulled the wheel off. I said, yeah, the wheel's not supposed to do that. And I had the wheel in my hand. And the manager just looked at me. I said, it's okay. I said, I fly 37 weeks a year. I said, I can take my money over to Delta or Allegiant or whoever else, Southwest. I said, there's plenty. I said, you're not the only one that owns a plane in this deal. I said, I can take the 100,000, 200,000 miles that I've traveled in 2 years and take it somewhere else.
Yeah.
And she just kind of looked at me. I said, so what are we going to do about it? Well, this is what we have to do. Gave me all kinds of paperwork. Of course, the one airport I'm at, usually rental car place, is pretty damn close to bag claim. They're trying to make it simple.
Yeah.
This one is not. It's like 8 football fields in a different terminal, dragging my bag with one wheel.
That's like walking around fucking Charlotte Airport.
Mm-hmm. So I literally grabbed one person in this whole 10, 15-minute walk stopped me and said, sir, you're missing a wheel off your bag. I know. Bag's heavy as shit, too. Remember,
just like
fly American Airlines.
You should have got, because I know in Charlotte, the Charlotte Airport, they have like people on golf carts. Bet I wouldn't have fell down, been like, my knee, help me, my knee.
So I'm all pissed off about that. Whatever. Called a buddy of mine. I was 10 minutes into Miami. Got to my hotel. I already had 2 people working on a brand new.
Yeah.
I've been talking about getting a new suitcase for a while because, again, I use mine every day or every week. So I have pretty high-end luggage.
You have to have it.
Yeah. I mean, it's not something I use every once in a while. Now, I've got a bag to get through the stretch I'm getting ready to go on. I had 3 people working on getting me a bag already.
Nice.
I had one person going back there like, I got it. It's going to be a week or so. I was like, that's fine. I'm going away for 10 days. I'll get what I need this week. When I get back, we'll sit down and talk about it. Because then I have, I think, a month off the road or something. So I don't even need it for solidly a month.
Gotcha.
Get to the airport to come home. It's like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. I always take early flights. Put the bag up on the thing to put a tag on it, any batteries, whatever, in the luggage. The last thing at the hotel, I'd done at the hotel was kind of jimmy the wheel onto it so at least it would spin. And it would roll nice and easy instead of dragging or having to carry it.
Absolutely.
So I put it up on the thing and turned on the side, and the lady goes, no, it's got to be standing up. I said, hold on. Grab the wheel, yank the wheel off, and put it inside the bag. I said, she just kind of looked at me. I said, oh, that's okay. Your guys on the last flight broke it. So I'm paying to fly with you again. So I actually want to get the wheel back this time. And she just kind of looked at me. I was like, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. Don't ask.
Yeah, don't
just clear my ticket.
Yep.
And TSA pre-check better be open.
Because I need to fucking go.
Yeah. You're good. So my bullshit of the week. Now, I will say, one note. I've got 5 years out of that bag, using it every week. I've flown a couple hundred times. It's pretty impressive how long that bag. My parents went through a stretch of every 6 months. Every time they traveled, one of their bags got destroyed.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, my dad had a zipper on the front of his one, and I guess somebody unzippered it and tried to pick it up via that and literally ripped the whole front off the bag.
Nice.
So I know some people that have had really bad luggage at the airport. Luck. I can't complain. Still going to use American because I like flying American. I'm working on getting a little bit of credit back on that. I got some paperwork I got to send off. But other than that, again, first world problems.
Yeah, no
People
shit.
in Texas don't have power or clean water, and I'm complaining about my luggage getting broke up.
Yes.
But, Billy, talk to me. What do you got?
Okay, well, I have a lot.
Well,
but I'm going to condense it.
The good news is we're on this thing called a podcast.
Yeah, I know.
And that's what it's meant for.
Okay, well, I'm going to condense a little bit because there are some things bothering me that I can't talk about. Mainly because it's like interrelation that I just can't.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you the other shit.
Tell me.
So first off, we'll start with, I started going back to the gym.
Yeah.
I'm not a morning human.
No.
I don't.
You and your wife are not.
She is more than me.
Billy, I've texted her at 11 o'clock in the morning and got no response for an hour.
Oh, she was probably doing something else.
No. The answer I got back was, I just woke up.
Oh, well, yeah.
Now, also, I'm sure she was up at 7 and went back to bed, but that's not a happy camper. It's at any time during the day.
Well,
So how could you be worse?
Oh, I'm worse.
What?
I'm worse.
What's wrong
The
with you?
first, the first year me and Albany were married, she did not know this very well. And I remember I got up one morning and I just like to do my own thing. Whatever that is, my own thing.
Yeah.
So I'm over there.
Feel you. I kind of like my own little routine I do in the morning.
Excuse me. So I'm walking around brush my teeth, put deodorant on, get my drink, do all that shit.
Get me functioning.
She's talking to me the whole time.
Mm-mm. Don't talk to me.
And I'm doing quick responses yeah, okay, yeah.
Trying to give you the key signs.
And she's like, what the fuck is your problem? And I was just lost. That was our biggest first fight ever. And it was literally the last thing I said to her before I walked out of the door to go to work was, you better be happy you're pretty and I love you. And she was like, what the fuck did you say? And I was like, I said, you better be happy you're pretty and I love you. And she was like, oh. And I left.
Jordan knows that rule. First 30 minutes I'm awake, don't talk to me.
So we both learned to compromise on that.
Yeah.
But in relation to that, started back at the gym.
Mm-hmm.
So woke up at 5:45. No, 4:45. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
My gym is 2 minutes away. 4:45. Get up, brush teeth, deodorant, clothes on. Military dude. I can get dressed and do all that super fast.
Yeah.
I'm out the door by 4:55. Headed to the gym. So I get to the gym about 4:58. The fucking parking lot's full.
You got all the 7 o'clock guys are there.
It's 4:58 in the morning.
Got all the guys that go to work at 7 o'clock. They're working out.
The whole parking lot packed. And I'm like, this is my first day back. So I was like, all right, just fuck it. I'll just go in. I'll do my thing. I walk in. Apparently every motherfucker in this fucking gym is a fucking morning person.
Oh.
No one's got fucking headphones on. And everyone's talking and hanging the fuck out. Quit your fucking socializing. Do your fucking workout and get the fuck out. It's 5 o'clock in the fucking morning. I don't care about your kid. I give no shits that your kid did great on their spelling test. Because you know what your kid needs to learn? This word. These two words. GET space FUCKED. Get fucked. Because that's what you need to do right now. So, like, I just throw 2 fucking headphones in. I turn it up as loud as it'll go, right? I go to the one treadmill that's directly next to the window. There's 12 treadmills. Yeah. And I'm the only one on a fucking treadmill.
Yeah.
I'm running. Just loosening the body up, getting everything back acclimated to, the intensity.
Yep.
And now the corner of my eye, this motherfucker comes and jumps on the treadmill next to me. There's 12 fucking treadmills! There's no one else! It's just me! So he gets next to me. I'm running. I'm fucking running. I'm like, don't look at him, don't look at him, don't look at him. Well, I can see his mouth moving in like my peripheral vision. And I'm like, he's not talking to me. He's not talking to me. So, but like, I had to fucking know. So I kind of just like peeked over, and he like looked at me and was like, yeah, like he said yeah, and like was shaking his head, and I was like, oh fuck, he's talking to me. So I cut it down, and I'm like, what? And he's like, oh man, just want to see how your morning was going. Hoping you're having a good day. And I was like, and like, I try to be as nice as possible, but that morning I was just not having it. And I was like, I'm here at 5 a.m. because I think I need to lose weight. I like to sleep.
I'm good at it.
I drank last night, and I went to bed at 2:30. How do you think I'm doing?
Why'd you debt yourself?
Because beer.
Well, true.
So he's like, oh, not a morning person? I said, no, not a morning person. And he kept fucking talking.
I'm not even a late morning person.
Like, he keeps fucking talking. And I was like, all right, man, well, like, I'm going to get back to my run. Like, I just really want to focus on it. He was like, yeah, no worries. What's your settings? And I was like, dude. Like, now, mind you, I'm a runner. I've always been a runner.
Yeah, I'm not.
So I like cannot work out forever how long, not run forever how long, come back and crush 2 miles. I'm just built different. So I'm like, still trying to be nice, and I'm like, I don't know what the speed was. It was like a 10 at a like 7 incline. Yeah. Whatever. So I'm still just like
jogging along.
He fucking raises his up to like a 10 incline and like a 12 speed. And I'm like, I'm stopping at a mile. So I stopped at the mile. Get off, drank some water. I was like, I need to go somewhere that I can do a workout that no one can sit next to me. So I went to the little thing where you like, basically where you can do leg raises.
Yeah.
That little thing.
Yeah.
And I started doing leg raises. It's the only one there. And it's on the other side of the wall where the treadmills are, on the like backside. He goes to the treadmill in front of me. And I was like, finally so fed up with it. I was like, what's the deal, dude? He's like, oh, nah, dude. He's like, I can just tell you're having a bad day. Like, I'm just trying to make it better. And I was
making it worse.
I was like, no offense, bro. I do not want to be here. I'm here against my own will. But it's still my will. It's this weird conundrum.
I'm against my own will, but I'm here voluntarily.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
It's really fucked up to think about.
At the end of the day, I'm here.
Yeah, that's what it is. And so he finally he's like, all right, man, well, I'll let you be. I was like, I'm sorry if you see me.
Thank God, go somewhere.
Yeah, if you see me again, try again. I can't promise you it won't be the exact same response. So, anyway, I finished my workout. Had a great day. I was like, fuck yeah, dude, this is rad. Well, then like the next day, me and Albany decide that we're going to get on our own phone plan because we're like on someone else's phone plan, and just makes sense for us to get on our own.
Yeah.
So I get stressed out on big purchases, and I still consider this obviously like in the realm of a big purchase because I'm paying on this.
At the end of the day, you're going to pay every month on it, so it's something that's going to affect your day.
But we do so many lives. I'm constantly trying to keep up with the content through my phone. Like, I respond to most of you guys that are listening straight from my phone. I send emails to companies from my phone. Yeah. Like, that's just, we do so much with it that I was like, I need a good phone. So
Me and Billy are kind of opposite on that. I'm the first one to pull my computer out, and I want to sit in front of my computer.
Yeah, no, I'm a phone guy. So I have an iPhone XS. Is that what it is?
I don't know.
XS.
Is yours bigger than mine?
I don't
your old one.
No, this is my old one. Yeah, so I think mine's a 10S. Anyway, so, we start talking to this guy at Target who's like a rep. Get it all worked out. And I get me and Albany both iPhone 12s. Because I'm like, it's great. That's good. I didn't go for the fucking Max or any of that shit.
Oh, you mean like Jordan did? Yeah, it's great.
Now I'm doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So
the term I used on the phone was, I want the biggest, baddest motherfucker you got.
Yeah. So I, get the phones.
Fun. That wasn't even for me.
Well, they had to ship the phones to us.
Yeah.
And now it's just like this headache nightmare because we have to send our old phones to them.
Yeah.
And you have to call a certain number, put in certain passwords, get your number changed back over. So Albany calls tonight while I had a bad day at work, and she's trying to get the number switched over, but she's not on the account, so she can't do it. So I get on the phone. Again, it's like Miami. Heavy Spanish accents and stuff like that. Yeah,
you're not getting somebody that really, it's from this area.
Yeah, so I'm like talking to this woman, and I'm being very nice, but I'm like agitated. I'm like, I just need to get my number changed.
Yeah.
She's like, well, what's the PIN for your account? I'm obviously not going to imitate her, but, what's the PIN for your account? I said a PIN number. She said, so you said, like, so I'll just say this. So if I said my PIN number is 0001, she came back, you said 0012. No. I said 0001. This went on the whole time you were downstairs, so like 25 minutes.
Yeah, that was a 25-minute period.
So finally, I'm like, can I just make a new PIN? Like, I don't even remember what it is. Can I make a new PIN? She's like, oh, yeah, no problem. So she's like, no problem. Let's get your name, the last 4 of your social. Let's get this. Let's get that. Let's get the... Another 15-minute process to go, oh, no, I can't. I was like, why? She was like, because it's been encrypted with the 4-digit PIN. I can't change it. Are you motherfucking shitting me? So I just get fucking irate. So I text the guy, the rep.
Yeah.
I said, what is my fucking PIN before I lose my shit and cancel this contract? He's like, dude, it's your birth year. And I was like, are you shitting me? He was like, yeah, they make you change it like immediately. Yeah. Like, but your first login's your birth year. And I was like, get fucked. And then as soon as I'm about to call, I'm on the phone. Albany texted me and she was like, you guys need to record. And I was like, son of a bitch! So, woosah, motherfuckers. That's my bullshits of the week.
You want my recommendation if you ever do this again?
What?
Don't ever have it shipped to you.
Yeah, I won't do that again.
I go to the store, and I'm that guy that won't leave until everything's right. You know how some people, they try it consistently because I've had Verizon for years.
Yeah.
So my mom has never been tech savvy. And the reason she went to a smartphone was because that I went to a smartphone. We had to have the program.
Yep.
And I still get shit to this day for that.
Yeah.
So a while back, it used to be it was her account because I wasn't old enough. Then I had a discount to a job I had, so we had to change the account over into my name.
Gotcha.
Which was my mother's way of unloading the bullshit of dealing with Verizon to me. It's a running joke. Every 6 months, Alex has to call Verizon and fucking argue something. Because I hawk the bill. You know why? Because all of a sudden, something gets jumped on there that ain't there.
Yeah.
Every 6 months, I'm on the phone with Verizon. So I go to the store. We added Jordan. Jordan needed her own phone. Getting your own phone with a data plan is outrageous at this point.
Was she was still on her mom's or dad's or something, right?
She was on her mom's. So we got her on mine to get her a good rate. Not a problem. Ordered the phone during COVID. Whatever. And the joke I always make is the last thing Jordan said to me is, I want the biggest, baddest motherfucker they got. So I'm talking to her, giving him information for Jordan.
The biggest, baddest motherfucker. That's
and
all
she
I
reads
want.
me off 3 different kind of iPhones. This one's this price. This one, I said, I want the top one. Well, really, if she does, what does she use it for? I said, you're not getting what I'm saying. Just give me the top one.
Give me the number one fucking shit.
Our thing with Verizon is, I said, ma'am, this is for my fiance. I don't know what she uses the phone for. I don't really care. The last words that were told to me before I called you today was, Alex, I want the biggest, baddest motherfucker they got. So, ma'am, I'm going to say it back to you vernacular. I want the biggest, baddest motherfucker. Put it in the mail, get it at the store so I can go pick it up. Oh. Well, you're a good man. I said, yes. Are we done yet? Went to the store. Well, of course, due to COVID, I can't come in the store. On a regular year, I go in, tell them what's wrong, and say you're changing phones over like you are. The rep, if they're making money on it, you're changing my phone number over. You're getting all my data moved over. You're getting all my pictures, my music. Everything on this phone works like the one that was in my pocket when I walked in here.
Yeah.
Or I don't leave. If that means I'm here 3 hours, I'll be here 3 fucking hours.
Actually, so...
And I've been in Verizon that long before.
What's really funny is... so as far as you're saying, like, changing all your data and all that shit over, dude...
Oh, you just sign into your Apple account now. And it transfers everything.
Yeah, so, like, literally...
Pictures and everything.
I haven't done anything.
Yeah, it automatic.
Yeah, and so if I open both of these phones... And
one's trying to download apps, the other one has your apps up.
Yeah, it's like it's literally like the same shit. Like,
so Apple got smart and made that function. Mm-hmm. It was when the droids, when you had to jump them over, you had to change download everything, you had to like plug up to a machine. I kid you not, I sat in a Verizon for 3 hours one time, and the guy kept trying to, well, just go home. This takes a while. I said, well, I'd pick your fastest internet, homie, because you're not moving on to the next person. He goes, what do you mean? I said, until this phone works and I can see my number, I'm not leaving. I'm not walking out of this store. Because that's the game. They want to get you to pay, sign this, and then go home and deal with it at your house. Call customer service. I'm not calling customer service. I'm not spending all goddamn money.
You are customer service. You fucking are.
That's their That's when you sign in, they have in-out times. And they want you out in a certain amount of time. Good luck. Because it's going to work before I leave. I promise you. That's why I don't change phones. Like, I know you need a new phone. I'll run that phone until it's broke.
Well, yeah, no, I usually do. Like, I had before this 10, I had a 6.
Yeah, yours was tiny. It still had the home button on it.
Yeah, like, it was fucking old. I mean, it was beat. And I haven't had this 10 long, but obviously with the podcast, all the lives we do, like, which,
you gotta have something
guys, I'm gonna bring back more lives. It's gonna happen. Alex is on the road a lot. I'm gonna try to get him to do some solos. I'm definitely gonna bring my solos back because I know you guys enjoy the engagement. But just like in our normal lives, like, this is a good phone. It's the upgraded quality camera. I don't know if the front camera is upgraded. It may or may not be.
It's long past me. It makes phone calls, it sends emails, it sends texts.
If it's not upgraded, the front camera, I can just flip it around, do the back camera. Because, I was looking at it, because literally I just got this motherfucker. What time do I get home?
I think you got here about 6:30.
Yeah. So, literally, it's 8 o'clock. So, I've had this phone for an hour and a half. But, like, that camera is...
It's dope.
10 times better. So, Alex.
Yo.
We're done with that.
Guys, if you want to send us your bullshit of the week, message us on Facebook. Put in a comment and video.
We might just read it.
We might just read it off, and I might take credit for somebody else's bullshit. You never know.
Unless you want us to just read it for you, then we can do that.
We can read it out loud.
Alex.
Huh?
Would you rather?
Would I rather what?
I don't know. You got the card. We're producer-less tonight, so...
Yeah, guys, you know these big... We make this joke consistently now. You know how, like, the talent... I guess you call it, shows up, they sit down, they do their job, the producers set up and everything.
Yep.
No, we set the table up.
Yes.
We plug everything in.
Yes.
We record.
Yes.
We break it down.
Yes.
Albany will vacuum the floor below us every once in a while. Then Alex takes it home and edits it.
Yep.
The producers are here for good looks.
Usually I break everything down, you do all the editing, and then I do all the social media, because we were supposed to have a social media manager, but she has completely jumped ship, and that would be your fiance, producer Jordan.
Can't say that. She gets mad.
What?
That she jumped ship.
She knew she jumped ship.
I'm not saying that she didn't know that.
Literally, guys, all the posts you see on Thursdays or Wednesdays before the episode drops, I'm doing all of that.
It was a really good idea.
And I'm also...
In theory.
Yeah, no, because she would have been great, but she has her own business to worry about. Also, guys, if you need your hair done, check out Jordan Leach. She's the cosmetologist at...
Alexandra Hair Studio in Mooresville.
Hair by Jordan. Hair by Jordan. Check it out. She's on Facebook, guys. Bring her some clients. Because I know you dudes, you got the lady, the wifey. She needs her hair did. She does a good job. Send her on. drink a bunch of beer while she's gone.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, bitches.
So, Billy, as we're off track, per the usual, this week's Would You Rather, completely never read before.
That's very loud.
Yes. Oh, the card's upside down.
What is it?
This week's Would You Rather is, would you rather be able to freeze time or travel time?
So, time travel or freeze time?
You either stop or you go. There's no staying.
Okay. Well, there is staying. There's just no slow progression of normal life.
Yes.
I guess my question would be, in detail, and we don't have producers, so you fucking tell me, because you read it. When it says freeze time, do we just like we just stop in 1 year, or do we stop in 1 day? Do we stop in 1 hour, 1 week, 1 month? Like, what are we stopping in?
Ladies and gentlemen, from Two Dudes and a Brew, this is a warning. It's going to get loud for a second. If you need to turn your car down, turn your car down. Albany! We need clarification.
Yeah, we have no idea. I don't know. I fucking texted her ass too, and she still didn't respond to me.
The table's on fire.
Everything's burning to the ground.
Billy lit the table on fire. Hey, we need clarification on your Would You Rather card.
What? I didn't know what you were doing.
No, I was reaching for you.
talking?
What is that? Probably back it.
Probably.
All right, so the question...
The Would You Rather of the week, producer Albany, is would you rather be able to freeze time or travel time? What are we talking freezing time?
What's
talking
that? So
years, days,
my
minutes?
question is, are we freezing a year, freezing a day, freezing a minute?
However much time you want. Like, have you ever watched Charm? Like, poof, freeze time.
That's your answer?
No,
Whoop,
come on.
time's back
I
on.
need more than that.
Well, it's like,
Because, like, maybe...
do you want to freeze time whenever you want?
Oh, freeze time whenever you want, or time travel whenever you want.
What the fuck do you think I was saying?
Like, did I want to just... I don't
Just
know.
a one-time thing?
Yeah.
What are you saying? Like stay in a window of like Monday to Friday of this week?
If you had a superpower, would you want to freeze time or
where
time
like everybody's
travel?
like, and you're the only person moving around.
I would say...
Thank you, Albany. Welcome. Thanks for being producerless tonight, apparently.
I would say... Actually, she has good reason. College, dude.
College is for hippies.
This week is gonna fucking beating her ass. She's got like exams after exams after. She's even writing like an 800 word fucking paper right now.
That's a lot of big words.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I'm gonna say probably. I could go either way. Let me explain.
Bullshit.
Let me explain.
That's a cop out.
Time travel? Fuck yeah, dude. You know why? Because like you can fucking go wherever you want.
forward or backwards.
Yeah, that's
time
fucking cool.
travel.
Freeze time? Fuck yeah, too. Because I'll freeze time after Albany gets out of the shower and play the drums on her butt. That's my answer.
Wow.
So I'm going to go with freeze time so I can play the drums on Albany's naked butt.
Okay.
Winner! Alex, would you rather have the superpower to time travel or freeze time?
I'm time traveling. There's a lot of things I'd like to see. You know, if I can jump around time but also then come back and live my life, it's cool.
Here's a question.
Why?
Based on that.
Okay.
Can you time travel so far that you die?
What? No. Yes. Yes.
I feel like...
There was no stipulation put on it.
Like, do you age as you time travel? So it's
No.
like, as you go further in your
no.
life, you age? Or if you go backwards in your life, you get younger? Because then you could technically... undo all those bad decisions you made when you were younger, like, I don't know, going to college.
Hey, I had fun.
Just kidding. If you went to college, like, much respect to you, but fuck that. Not
I
interested.
had fun.
I work on cars.
Yeah. I'm traveling time because it's fun. It'd be cool.
I farted.
I could see some things I want to see. I could unsee some things I need to see, like you farting at the table every night. And yeah, I could stop some bad decisions I've made through the times. That's my work.
I hear you. That's it? That's all you got?
That's what I got.
Oh, gosh. Well, before...
Really? You're giving me shit for mine?
It was terrible.
Your answer was to play the drums on Albany's booty.
Her naked booty.
On that note,
That was the worst throw.
Get the card, I'll throw it again.
You know what? I'm going to get the card and another beer. Tell them where they can find us.
Guys, if you want to send us your Would You Rather options, you can send them to our Facebook page, text them to us, or email them to us at Twodudesandabrewpodcast at gmail.com since Billy's not. What? What'd I fuck up?
He slowed down.
I slowed down because I was waiting for you to scream.
All right.
So,
I'm back.
Again, we want them. We need them. We'd love to have them.
Absolutely.
Card throw point 2.
Much better.
That was nice.
It was not a great
Listen,
one.
I don't play disc golf, okay?
I don't either. And all of mine have been you.
No, yours sucked.
Sometimes you just
Didn't
got
yours last week land on the table?
Well, it went up and around and hit the table, and I did it again.
I ain't no
It
damn
went all the way.
boomerang.
I did a yeeted glide that way.
You know I hate that term.
That's why I use it. Oh yeah. All right, guys. Before we get into this wonderful fun topic, we have to pop a top on another one.
Boy.
But Alex is now... Oh, nice! If you're watching on YouTube, you just saw Alex kill off the end of that beer, and it's burning.
Wow.
There we
bitter.
go. Well, let's pop another on the Seven Clans Brewing's Hop Rooted IPA. What is your thoughts after the first go-round?
It's bitter.
Think so?
No question. Definitely the warmer it gets, the more bitter it gets.
See, I didn't really get that. I got more of the... I could definitely taste more of the fruitiness in it, I guess.
Come on, get up there, bitch.
That's a good one, dude. That head keeps coming up. You'll have a good one, but you got too much head. And you lost it on the side.
That's bullshit. That's
you lost
drops.
it on the side. Look at that.
Those
Look
are
at this.
baby drops.
That's perfect.
Oh, bullshit. You didn't battle.
Cheers, my guy.
Cheers.
It's cheers, my guy. Quit fucking up the logo.
Sorry.
All right. Alex, you ready to learn you something?
Learn me something.
Well, listen with your ears and not with your mouth. Just kidding. It's a podcast. Use your mouth.
Ladies and gentlemen, this week's topic again.
Chernobyl.
If you don't speak dirty South, it's Chernobyl.
Now here in Louisiana, got that shit. No disaster. That's where they blew that reactor up, and just took it out. Killed all the gators for at least 6 months,
They don't have gators in Ukraine.
You don't know that. You been to Ukraine, huh?
No, that's not a bad Russian accent. It's not good, but it's not bad.
Vodka.
Okay, you can do one
Also,
word.
it wasn't Russian. I was still sticking with Louisiana, but whatever.
Russian.
What would the dialect of Louisiana be called? That was fucking stellar, dude.
Did you hear the bass behind it in our ears? That was nice.
Small strain at the end, but other than that, clean as it gets. Clean as a whistle.
Whistles aren't very clean.
They're full of spit and vagina juice.
Oh,
and we continue.
Too much.
That's too much?
Too much.
Fuck off. All right, guys. So if you don't know what the Chernobyl disaster is, you might know something after I'm done. So, what?
Didn't you ask me a question before that happened?
I forgot.
Something about dialect of Louisiana.
Oh, yeah. What do you call, the dialect of Louisiana? Is it Louisianian? Louisiana?
I'm pretty sure it's just dirty South. That's what they
Or it's
call
probably
it.
just the Louisiana dialect.
Usually, ladies and
Do you want
gentlemen,
me to keep saying that
the
after
simplest
I
answer-
finish every sentence?
No. Don't make me pull King Bob up, because I will.
Oh, yeah. And here we go.
Off we go.
The Chernobyl Disaster, as it's become known. The disaster occurred on April 25th and 26th of 1986 when technicians at Reactor Unit 4 attempted a poorly designed experiment. Oh, goodness. A lot of burps going on in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
Let it out.
It's like burning.
It's burning
this
in my
is burning a lot.
chest.
Sorry. Chernobyl disaster. Accident that occurred, obviously, in 1986 at the Chernobyl nuclear plant station in the Soviet Union was the worst disaster in the history of nuclear power generation. The Chernobyl power station was situated at the settlement, I'm going to fuck this up, Pripyat, 10 miles northwest of the city of Chernobyl, which obviously was in Ukraine, and 65 miles north of Kiev, Ukraine. The station consisted of 4 reactors, each capable of producing 1,000 megawatts of electric power. It had come online in 1977 and through 1983. So, as I said, when technicians, the disaster occurred when technicians at Reactor Unit 4 attempted a poorly designed experiment. Workers shut down the reactor's power regulating system and its emergency safety systems. And they withdrew most of the control rods from its core while allowing the reactor to continue running at 7% power. These mistakes were compounded by others, and at 1:23 a.m. on April 26th, the chain reaction in the core went out of control. Several explosions triggered a large fireball and blew off the heavy steel and concrete lid of the reactor. This and the ensuing fire in the graphite reactor core released large amounts of radioactive material into the atmosphere, where it was carried great distances by the air currents. A partial meltdown of the core also occurred. On April 27th, the 30,000 inhabitants of Pripyat began... I'm fucking that word up. Huh?
Pripyat. There's a movie that I've heard reference Pripyat.
Okay, Pripyat began to be evacuated. A cover-up was attempted, but on April 28th, Swedish monitoring stations reported abnormally high levels of wind transported radioactivity and pressed for an explanation. The Soviet government admitted there had been an accident at Chernobyl, thus setting off an international outcry over the dangers posed by the radioactive emissions. By May 4th, both the heat and the radioactivity leaking from the reactor core was being contained, albeit at great risk to the workers.
Yeah, like they died after.
The radioactive debris was buried at some 800 temporary sites, and later in the year, the highly radioactive reactor core was enclosed in a concrete and steel sarcophagus, which was later deemed structurally unsound.
Duh.
Some sources state that 2 people were killed in the initial explosions, whereas others report that the figure was closer to 50. Dozens more contracted serious radiation sickness. Some of these people later died. Between 50 and 185 million curies of radionuclides, or radioactive forms of chemical elements, escaped into the atmosphere. Several times more radioactivity than that created by the atomic bombs dropped over Hiroshima and Nagasaki. This radioactivity was spread by the wind over Belarus, Russia, and Ukraine, and soon reached as far west as France and Italy.
Yeah.
Millions of acres of forest and farmland were contaminated, and although many thousands of people were evacuated, hundreds of thousands more remained in the contaminated areas.
Yeah.
So, just to break it down Barney style, for any of my military guys listening, big old chemical boom went boom, and then it went everywhere.
Well, I think the biggest issue with radiation is it's one of the things you can't see, you can't smell, you can't take. None of our senses work with it. From what I've learned over the years, is they basically have detectors, meters that can pick up radiation. Obviously, if you're standing right across the street from the reactor, you're going to have a ton. The closer you get, the worse it's going to get.
Yeah.
From what I know about today, in this time frame, people can be there.
Yeah.
But you can't stay the night. You can't spend a bunch of hours there. It's dangerous to spend any length of time
there's
there.
what's called the safe zone.
Yeah.
And because I've watched a lot, because like I said, I watch a lot of like exploring YouTube channels and stuff, because I think it's cool.
Yeah.
So like one guy, I've watched him several times where he's actually gone to Chernobyl and he stays in the safe zones, but then he'll like kind of like spread out into the more radioactive zones. He carries like the little machine to help you check radioactivity.
Yeah, the radioactive meter.
Yeah. And stuff
really
like that.
Just bounces a needle.
So like if it starts like getting too high, he gets out of there. But it's fucking crazy because it's nowhere close to the reactor. Like nowhere close.
No, and it, like Billy said, the wind carried it. One of the most dangerous things about the environment that we live in is that things can be carried, germs, bacteria of that sort can be carried by our wind that we breathe.
Yeah, absolutely.
like I said, you can. From what I know
well,
about
coronavirus is a great example. You know,
it's airborne.
It's airborne, travels by air.
Yeah.
You know, so you can understand, you know, seeing how the pandemic has affected America, and it's
the world.
You know, it's literally, you know, that's just
Yeah.
an upgraded flu.
Yep.
Like, I'm not downsizing. If you've lost anyone to coronavirus, that is fucking terrible.
Yeah.
But it is a fucking upgraded, more enhanced flu.
Yeah.
That's why it's taking, you know, it's on precedent right now because it's taking lives because it is this new virus. Actually, I don't think you can call it a virus, can you? I guess it's a virus.
I mean, it's still a virus.
Yeah, I guess it's a virus.
There's a difference between a virus and a bacterial.
Yeah, some shit
There's
like that.
two different ways to classify it. The amazing thing is the fact that you took a town. So take a small city.
Morsel.
Yeah. And the way I understand it is the people there knew what they were living next to.
Yeah.
Knew that if that ever melted down, grab what you can carry and haul ass. Because the longer you're there, the worse the outcome's going to be for you.
And that's the thing is, like, so my a family member of mine, they work at a nuclear station. You know, they're around reactors and shit all the time. You know, and they have what's called like outages.
Yep.
And that's pretty much where it's like this person had to work almost like 24/7. It was crazy shifts.
Yeah.
Like, especially for a nuclear station. And, you know, this person had to be taught all the safety precautions for, like, hey, if this shit goes haywire, this is what you're going to have to do.
This is your job.
Yeah. And I remember that person telling me, like, look, like, literally straight up told me, honestly, I would probably just, like, jump in the reactor.
Yeah.
Because the effects from it are so much worse that it's just like, she was like, I'll just quit. I'll just jump in the fucking reactor. I was like, don't jump in the fucking reactor.
So the elementary school I went to, there was a nuclear plant, I think 10 miles down the road.
Yeah.
And we always grew up in the town. It was always a joke. I mean, we've all driven by it. A lot of people actually fish off the water down there. It's a boat ramp down there.
Gotcha.
We were taught in the elementary school that if there's ever a nuclear situation, everybody will take a pill, we'll get on the buses, and the buses will move us out. The parents had a location where all the buses would go outside of this ring.
Yeah.
Because the elementary school fell inside the ring that could be reached by specific, I guess, amounts of release, whatever they deem it as released.
Yeah.
Well, we never thought anything of it. It was always, well, it was our elementary school. It's the town we live in. That's a town that you pretty much look at and go, okay, that melts down at any point. This town's going to go from fully inhabited, full elementary school, full life, to a ghost town in one day. And that's what happened in Privyet. Privyet, literally, now I'm sure the movies have depicted a little closer. I've heard they were close enough to see the reactor heads, the big smoke towers.
Yeah.
So it went from Tuesday, full town, kids in school, kids outside playing, families living in apartments. Next day, ain't nobody there.
Ghost town.
They're gone. And the town can never be re-inhabited. You can't grow food in the ground.
No.
Everything toxic-wise is junk.
Yeah.
And that's the danger. It creates it's risk and reward. You know, it's a great reward, but it's a massive risk if you can't control it.
And so let's continue. So in addition, in subsequent years, many livestock were born deformed, and among humans, several thousand radiation-induced illnesses and cancer deaths were expected in the long term.
Yeah.
The Chernobyl disaster sparked criticism of unsafe procedures and design flaws in Soviet reactors, and it heightened resistance to the building of more such plants. Chernobyl Unit 2 was shut down after a 1991 fire, and Unit 1 remained online until 96. Chernobyl Unit 3 continued to operate until 2000 when the nuclear power station was officially decommissioned.
And that's not something you can just dig up and say, okay, bulldoze it, we'll put something else there. That ground is officially junk.
Yeah.
You'll never use it again because of the things it takes to get nuclear power.
Yeah.
It's junk. When you build something there, it's junk.
Yeah.
That's gonna
100%.
it's gonna sit there until the ground rots out underneath of it.
Yeah. So, following the disaster, the Soviet Union created a circle-shaped exclusion zone with a radius of about 18.6 miles or 30 kilometers, centered on the nuclear power plant. The exclusion zone covered an area about 1,017 square miles, or for our French listener, 2,634 square kilometers around the plant. However, it was later expanded to 1,600 square miles or 4,143 square kilometers to include heavily radiated areas outside the initial zone. Although no people actually live in the exclusion zone, scientists, scavengers, and others may file for permits that allow them to enter for limited amounts of time.
You mean, aren't the roads all the roads that lead into these towns barricaded?
Oh yeah, barricaded. They've got full security.
They're not kidding. These are armed areas.
So the guy I was telling you about, who consistently will go to Chernobyl, and he goes other places too, but he goes to Chernobyl. You can find him on YouTube. It's some mass. I don't even know what it's called. I can't remember the channel.
Yeah.
But shout out to him if he's listening. Doubt it.
Hit us up.
Although we are about to break 700 followers on Facebook. Let's go. Hey, we're doing all right.
We're all right.
But no, he would be going and would consistently have to hide when he got close to a road, because you would see trucks and stuff flying by, and then they would just hit the brakes, almost like they had satellite around the place and knew where he was.
Yeah.
So yeah, they keep a pretty fucking hardcore look.
Yeah.
Overall. So that is what is known as Chernobyl.
Yeah. It's your, how do you say this? It's your day-to-day ghost town. You hear about all these towns that are abandoned due to lack of work, lack of people. If the work goes away, the money goes away, the town just goes to a ghost town. It's a ghost town due to scientific reasons.
I'm actually super, super happy that you said ghost, because my surprise to you is I found an article with some creepy stories.
Of course you did.
From Chernobyl.
Because you enjoy doing this to me.
So, just wanted that Chernobyl was all background. I just wanted you to guys to understand what it was, just so I could get to this. I've read a few of these, and I saved the rest for both of us. So I'm hoping there's one with aliens. That's what I'm hoping for. I don't know if it's going to happen.
Jesus. Why is it every time we do something it goes back to aliens or conspiracy theories?
Or ghosts.
Or ghosts.
Ghosts are cool. I like ghosts.
Government.
So, number one, the ghosts of Chernobyl. As with any site where a number of people have lost their lives, what was that place called? Pripyat is rife with ghost stories. Andrei Karsukov, a nuclear physicist. Ooh, I said that right, too.
You did. That was nice.
Go, man. Nuclear physicist. He's a physicist.
Assist.
Oh, shit. I lost my place. Dumb. Don't do that.
You learned that new Chromebook.
Yeah. Oh, guys, just so you know, I did get a new laptop. I think it was an episode or two ago that my laptop took a complete shit. So I've got this little Chromebook.
Did it die?
Yeah, it's fucking dead. I'm going to have to get it rebuilt.
I was going to say, do you want me to call my guy? I got a guy.
Nah, I'll call a guy.
You got a guy?
I got a guy.
All right.
I'm actually thinking about taking it on myself. So.
See, I can take it home and play with it, too, and see if I can do with it.
Nah, I'm going to do it.
You just want another project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that shit. So, Andrei Karsukov, a nuclear physicist from New York, told one such story after visiting the area in 1997. Karsukov said he went to the power station at 7:30 a.m. and went to the number 4 reactor sarcophagus, which is where the explosion occurred. He could not go inside due to radiation, but as he took radiation readings, he heard someone screaming for rescue from a fire inside. His quote, "I ran upstairs to tell someone, but they said that when I entered the reactor control room, I was the first person to open that door in 3 years, and the only way to get inside the old reactor is through the doors I came in through. If someone had gone inside the reactor when I was not looking, they would have tripped an alarm that goes off when the reactor doors open mechanically. The reactor door requires a password and a handprint, yet someone or something was inside. Later that evening, as we were eating dinner outside the building by the river next to the plant, a floodlight turned on in the room of the installation. There was no way anyone could be inside. As we ate, we figured out there was a power surge or something. Then, just as my colleague said that, the light turned off. Because there's a ghost in the reactor.
Ain't no ghost.
Okay, fine. Fuck you. Number 2.
Seems like a Hollywood bullshit story.
Performers were brought in to calm local residents and contracted radiation sickness themselves.
Well, duh. That's like saying, "Oh my God, we don't believe the stove's hot. We brought a kid and had a kid put his hand on the stove. It's fucking hot. It burned his hand." Duh.
So this is from a Redditor.
Oh Jesus.
You know what Reddit is?
Yeah.
Creepy Jake.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, have you ever heard the term black hole in social media? Reddit is what like the official black hole of social media is. You want to get lost in a post, put something in, and you'll find yourself 4 hours later still looking at the same post.
So this Redditor goes by Creepy Jake.
Creepy Jake.
Says, "Hi everyone, I'm Jake, and I met Yuri in a bar in Finland. Over a couple of nights and some vodka, I recorded his voice to capture the story and piece it together. These are his words, his story. If you were to meet Yuri as I have, you might not be so doubtful. The man is a gifted musician, a gentle soul, and it was a true gift to meet him. I've shared some of the positive comments with him, but I'm not reading anything negative. Peace." Okay. According to Redditor Creepy Jake, Yuri's account is as follows. "Please forgive my poor English because it cannot be my primary choice language. Please call me Yuri. I'm a musician in taverns of Northern Europe for drinks and for the generosity of patrons. I once was a classically trained pianist. I studied at the St. Petersburg Conservatory in the late 1970s. I lost my eyesight and I have numerous illnesses. I am a survivor of Chernobyl. As the disaster commencement occurred, I was in state-sponsored musical dance troupe. Our gathering was immediately enlisted by the government to calm village peoples in Pripyat and surrounding area. Mere hours after the meltdown commenced, our bus entered the exclusion zone at checkpoint. It's called Dityaki. And I'm saying that with the English pronunciation, like phonetics.
Oh, yeah.
So we were not told anything, and the soldiers made it forbidden for speaking with the village people. Imagine not knowing a disaster taking place, yet seeing the strange workings of the radioactivity all around. Everyone was sick and dying, yet quarantined and not allowed to leave the zone. Some believed the world was ending, and we all became resigned to the fact that we will certainly die as well. The soldiers had masks and guns, but I could see the fear on their faces too. As dead men and women, we gave our best musician and dancer performances ever. Allow me to describe our final performance at Pripyat. As the music played, the ballerina danced like never before. The passion in the music and her movements were legendary. She was a beautiful girl dancing her final dance with love in her heart. She allowed her long flowing hair down, and it seemed to float mystically in the air. As the music crescendoed, and she spun delicately. What the fuck? I lost my place. delicately around. And her hair was falling away from her head. Gently long golden strands of her hair floated to the floor as she danced. I saw the blood leaking from her nostrils and down cheeks from her ears. The sparse crowd knew the face of death, and it was surely the final dance. The children ran to her with flowers from the meadow. Their hair and teeth had fallen out already. The petrol generator stalled, and for several moments we were in darkness. To my utter horror, I saw the flowers and the children glowing in the dark. That night, I climbed out of the window of the lodging house. The soldier who saw me lowered his weapon when our eyes locked in silence. I ran through the valley and I hot-wired the car. I drove nonstop northwest on back roads that I had learned as a boy and avoided checkpoints imposed by military. I siphoned the gas from other vehicles in the night. I began missing my vision during my flight, and by the time I escaped the USSR, I was blind. I am the only musician who lived. Could you fucking imagine?
I have one problem with that story.
What?
So there's a movie called Chernobyl Diaries. And the only reason I'm really giving this story shit is because it came from Reddit, and I have a hard time believing Reddit at times. So Chernobyl Diaries.
Yeah.
Short synopsis. Three couples go to Chernobyl. They find this day tour. They're in Russia, whatever. Find a guy, a tour guide that was in the military and also a musician named Yuri. Yuri takes him in. Shit happens. It all goes south. I won't give the movie away, but the lead person's name was Yuri. And he said he had a hard time seeing at night. I have a hard time believing that story because it sounds like it's a synopsis of the movie and then building on it. But it's a horror story.
Maybe so. I mean, you could be right.
The loss of sight was something that happened in the movie when they got inside the reactor.
Yeah.
The two characters got lost at the end. It was like the last 5 minutes of the movie. Military comes in and scoops them. You hear him saying Russian, like there's 4 other Americans we're still looking for. Where are the other ones? They say, I can't see. The radiation's burning my eyes, burning my skin, XYZ. Yeah. Then they black bag them and toss them in a cupboard. I won't tell the rest of the story off in case anybody watches the movie.
Yeah, don't do that.
It's good story. Not sure which one's built off of which, whether the movie's built off of that or the story's built off the movie. What else you got for me?
All right.
I know you got more.
We got a couple more. The Soviet government sent in soldiers when the meltdown destroyed robot cleaning crews.
Really? Robot.
I haven't read this one. I don't know.
In the 80s?
After evacuating the residents of Pripyat, the city bordering Chernobyl power plant, the Soviet government sent robots into the exclusion zone to contain the meltdown and put out a raging fire. The excessive radiation in the air prevented robots from doing their work. I don't want to read the rest of that.
Read it. Now you start it. Finish it.
It's such bullshit, though. The excessive radiation in the air prevented the robots from doing their work, so the government rounded up a bunch of soldiers and gave them a choice. Serve 2 years in Afghanistan, where the Soviets were engaged in a brutal conflict against the Mujahideen, or spend 2 minutes shoveling sand onto the exposed reactor at Chernobyl. Soldiers who chose Chernobyl were known as liquidators. At the time of the meltdown and into the 21st century, Ukrainians believe vodka prevents the adverse effects of radiation, so liquidators typically took a shot of vodka and shoveled sand onto the exposed reactor for 2 minutes. Most liquidators passed or contracted an illness due to the radiation poisoning.
Robots.
Well, I'm assuming it's more like, so like right now, like even in Afghanistan, our military has the robots for like IEDs and shit.
Yeah, that's a little different. No. The robot cleaning crew? You got one robot that sprays water, one mops, the other one soaks up the shit with the squeegee.
I think what it's saying is like almost like to put out the fires. To spray water or spray sand or spray whatever, like basic ass shit. Like
you're trying to smother it somehow.
Go forward, go backwards, turn in a circle, spray.
When you say cleaning crew, I'm thinking of a robot.
That's what I was thinking too.
Like the movie WALL-E, where they had faces and he's got 2 squirt bottles in his hand and somebody's playing on a fucking computer.
All the fucking Russians, they like their vodka because it's better than
it's a cute story.
Water.
I call bullshit.
No one drinks water in Russia. No one.
They don't have water's not in their dictionary. You know what they use for water? Vodka. You know what they drink at the gym? Vodka.
Smart. The Chernobyl Amusement Park.
You know what they mix with vodka? Vodka.
Dicks.
That's all I got.
The Chernobyl Amusement Park. The Privian Amusement Park should have been a fun addition to the town. It was slated to open on May 1st, 1986.
I have heard part of this story.
Just days after the disaster, obviously the park would never open and has simply been left to rust. The amusement park had a Ferris wheel, bumper cars, a paratrooper attraction, and swing boats. Even though high levels of radiation still exist in the mossy areas of the park, it's a popular backdrop for ruin photographers. The park was also used as a setting in the game of Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Yes, the fuck it was.
It was.
It bears similarity to Six Flags New Orleans, another eerily abandoned amusement park, which we could check out one day, which has been empty since Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah.
So, if you remember playing COD 4 Modern Warfare, that is the part where you end up, I always ended up on the Ferris wheel, like shooting all the guys around me.
Yeah.
Because you have the one guy that's down and you're having to like keep up with him. And yeah.
So I've heard a little bit about that amusement park. It wasn't a hard ground staying amusement park. It was like your typical county fair coming in.
Yeah.
Was due to open, I think, either the day before the
day after
it was meant to open.
Yeah.
And the creepiest thing is that the equipment was actually in really good shape. So you go in there.
It was great.
You go in there, you see the buildings. The buildings are beat up because it's a blue collar kind of town. Then you have this really creepy amusement park, and it's everything's obviously mobile, like it can be closed up and moved.
Yeah.
So you go in there and it's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
This isn't creepy.
Yeah.
But again, it was the town I grew up in. Same thing. We had a big ass fair in the summertime. It was just another day, another year of doing it.
Yeah.
And it was just some of the pictures you can see. I mean, I have one up in front of me right now of contaminated cars. People getting out, and the military set up wash stations to get the radiation off of cars.
Yeah.
People would drive up, stop, they'd spray it down, literally wash the car, try to wash the radiation off the car.
Yeah. So, I have a final one to close out with.
Okay.
And it's called the Blackbird of Chernobyl. According to legend, several people began to see a large winged creature with red eyes in early April before the Chernobyl disaster. The creature became known as the Blackbird of Chernobyl. And many have drawn parallels between this creature and America's Mothman, which we should probably do an episode on Mothman. Both creatures were supposedly seen right before disasters. The Mothman was spotted right before the Silver Bridge collapsed in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, a tragedy that cost 46 people their lives. They're also similar in appearance, large black winged figures with glowing scarlet eyes. Survivors of the Chernobyl disaster reported seeing the creature flying away from the reactor. Reports of the bird stopped immediately after the disaster. Those who believe that the bird was a paranormal entity regard it as a harbinger of terrible things to come, while others believe it was merely a black stork. I think 100% it was a motherfucking entity, and it was possibly a fucking alien.
You're pushing it.
Fuck off. It had red eyes.
Yeah, cute story. Benicula, the rabbit in the book from elementary school, had red eyes too.
Alien.
Yeah, sure. So I googled Chernobyl pictures just to see. Creepy picture.
Oh, yeah.
Got a picture from 1997
Yep.
of a bookshelf in
Yep.
a room in a corner.
Yep.
And a picture from 2011. Same bookshelf, same corner.
Yeah.
So, the paint on the wall, the plaster on the wall has started to fall. The roof has started to fall. Looks like something fell on the table and collapsed the table. And the bookshelf is starting to deteriorate from the bottom because obviously it got wet and wood rots. Other than that, nothing is moved. No. It's the creepiest thing is you can see how the room is deteriorating, but that's what happened when nature takes back over.
Yeah.
It's a slow process.
When nature takes back over, nature
everything.
takes back over. Done deal.
Just some of the pictures you see of like, it's it's creepy to look at some of the pictures.
Oh,
And again,
dude.
this was a functioning town. Think about, I guess, let's look at it this way. So, say something bad happens where you live. Middle of the summer, there's a party going on. It's 4th of July. Let's just 4th of July. Tables set up. Great party going on. Light goes off. Nuclear reactor. Grab everything you can. Can you imagine coming back to that? That table's not going to move. Nature will knock it over. An animal will come through. Weather will knock it over. Other than that, not a whole lot's going to change.
Nope.
Imagine
it's
seeing that 20
age.
years later.
Yeah, it's gonna age, but honestly, that's all it's gonna do.
It like there's people that have pictures of the buildings in beautiful, people in front of it in the picture in their hand. Then in the background, you're looking at the same building 25 years later.
Yeah.
There was no vegetation there at the time of that picture.
And then you look at the after picture,
There's roots and trees that have grown through the concrete because it hasn't been touched in 30 years.
Nope.
It's legitimately terrifying because this town went, like you said, from inhabited one day, and within a day or so, there was nobody there.
No. I mean, to me, it's just absolute insanity. Also, if you look up, like, Chernobyl, like, animals.
I literally was going to say that right after you.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the deformities of animals.
Yeah. It is fucking crazy. Like, dogs with, like, fucking 6 legs.
I'm looking at a cow right now that has its upper lip is up where its snout should be.
I see that. Yeah. Oh, my God. Guys, if you never looked up Chernobyl, like, animal deformities, you 100% should do it, as long as you're not squeamish or, sad. Oh, dude, there's a fucking Cyclops cow. One eye directly in the middle. There's a pig with no back legs.
Oh, yeah.
There's looks like a horse with about, 8 legs.
Yeah.
There's a cat that doesn't look like a cat, but it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 legs. One coming out of its back. So it's just this insanity, man. Alex.
Yeah, I mean radiation's terribly dangerous.
What's your final thoughts on Chernobyl?
Unfortunately, Chernobyl, it's another one of those Russian dark spots. We've through a couple 100 years, Russia's they've never been open people. They want to do things their way.
Oh, yeah.
They don't want to communicate. They're only going to tell everybody what they need to tell them to keep them off their back.
Absolutely.
The sad thing is when you talk about it and you hear more and more about it, you get more in depth. It sounds, none of us were there.
No.
But it sounds like it was an avoidable thing, and it's the unfortunate part of human nature.
Yeah.
We take and take and take
and take and take
and get greedy and cut corners when there's a reason safety precautions are in line.
Yeah, absolutely.
A safety precaution is never about every time it happening. A safety precaution is to stop that one time that you go, well, yeah, duh, that was going to happen eventually.
Yeah.
They're meant to stop that eventually from happening.
Exactly.
A wet floor sign on a concrete or on a polished floor.
Well, it's just...
They put that there not because not everybody and their uncle is going to slip on it. They put it there because the one unobservant person walks through, slips, falls, and gets hurt. They had those in... And that's why I think the nuclear war is so... When I say war, I mean... nuclear reactors, nuclear power, nuclear bombs. It's all the radiation that comes out past the destruction of anything nuclear.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is detrimental to generations. This is not a one generation thing.
No.
This is not if you were there, you were there. This is something that generations of your family will feel.
Yeah.
I mean, seeing teenagers with a quarter head of hair and it's on the side. Because the radiation poison their parents went through. It's something that I want to say we found, and we're not happy we found.
Yeah.
It's once you find it, you find the positives of it, you can't unfind it.
Yeah.
Because somebody somewhere is going to go, I can keep it safe. And that person, their their hand down could keep it safe. It's the sixth or seventh person or third or fourth that get in line and get lazy with it.
Exactly.
And forget why we have stipulations.
Yeah.
For the people of Chernobyl, it's terrifying. Again, we've talked about it 3 or 4 times now that it went from being a small city one day to the next day empty. It will never sustain life again.
No. I mean, this is back in 86 and we're at 2021 and you still can't go.
I believe the number I've heard is like 300 years before the radiation is, by what they forecast is expected to be out of there.
Yep.
Where it could be re-inhabitable.
Yep.
300 years of damage.
I will be dead and gone.
Yeah.
Dead and gone.
It's amazing the kind of things that can go on.
Mm-hmm.
Billy, after doing the research, what's your thoughts on Chernobyl?
Man, it's sad. Honestly, it's just the saddest shit. But, obviously what it brings you back to is just the progression of safety and just the human mindset as far as it goes to safety. Because, way back in the day, the cure for a fever was a shot of whiskey with honey and then a couple of blankets and you sweat it out.
And you work it out.
And now they're like, no, you take this medicine, go rest, keep something cool on you to keep your body cool, because now we understand more. Yeah. So it's just that, it's one of those things where it's like, it was this huge teachable moment, but at the same time, did it have to be so fucking grand?
Well, of course, as humans, we learn, anybody can say it, they learn great. No. As humans, human nature is to learn
after the fact.
Yeah. Learn by the hand.
And
everything's trial by fire.
It's just sad that we've lost a piece of this beautiful earth that we can no longer inhabit because of our mistakes. Yeah. We stopped that.
How does a child learn that the stovetop's hot?
Touching the
stove.
Or
the table's sharp. Or, you don't pull on the dog's tail.
Exactly.
Because we as a race learn by making the mistakes.
Yeah.
Some people, us included, take a couple times to learn at the same mistake, and to this day still make the same mistake. But it's one of them things where we learn it's trial by fire.
Exactly. And so in that note, I'm just like reading all that and doing all that. I just wish it wasn't on such a grand scale. I wish, if it had to be on a scale of any sort, as small as it can get. But obviously that's not possible, and it already occurred. It occurred before I was born, before you were born.
Yeah. I think there's been what are the other are there any United States that have melted down? I thought 3 Mile Island.
Why don't you save it for another episode?
You got? Okay.
So, we need to rate a beer.
Can I say one thing real quick?
Oh, God.
We talked about Would You Rather earlier.
Yeah.
So I got a text during the podcast. It's from my dad.
Is it not about this Would You Rather?
No, not this Would You Rather. So, for anybody that doesn't know, my dad listens.
Ed Kirk.
Dad, I got your text. 3 weeks later. So, we talked about the Would You Rather each week, and I guess at lunch, him and a couple guys, he'll bring up the Would You Rather that we do each week.
Fuck yeah.
And I've gotten a couple where they're...
Thank you, Ed.
He'll make fun of us for being weak. And if you met the guys in his office, it's fucking comical. It's like it's a transition period in their office. They've got a bunch of young blood coming in. They got a bunch of guys starting to age out. They got some guys in the middle. But my dad's on the higher side of the age group. They got 1 or 2 guys that are just younger, 30s, early 40s.
Yeah.
So the text I got, discuss the latest Would You Rather at lunch last 2 days. Well, geez, they talked about it for 2 days. I knew you motherfuckers get an hour for lunch.
Let's fucking go.
Most chose fictional characters from Batman, Jessica Rabbit, Can't Help I Was Drawn This Way, and guessed at the Dutton Ranch, Yellowstone. What Would You Rather is he talking about?
I have no idea. Is that the Bermuda Triangle one?
No, it'd have to be...
It was Bermuda Triangle.
Is it Bermuda Triangle went up this week?
Yeah, that's the one that came up Friday.
I have to look, because I
don't remember that. So Would you rather?
Most chose fictional characters. Something about being fictional or...
Guys, you have to understand, every time you hear an episode release, we've probably already done
three
or four since then. So Ed, Alex will get back to you after we get off the air. He's going to figure out what one we're talking about, and we'll readdress it next episode.
Most chose fictional characters from Batman, Jessica Rabbit. Quotations, can't help I was drawn this way. And guess it, the Dutton Ranch. He must be voice texting me, because that doesn't really make sense. That was my ankle that just popped, too.
I heard it.
That was fucking loud. So, guys, again, that's just as simple as that. If you want to send us Would You Rathers, text them to us. My dad, I kid you not, texts me every week at this point and gives me an update on Windsor's.
Yeah, you're going to have to start, listening on, because I know we drop Fridays. You're going to have to re-listen on, Tuesday just so you can be ready for your dad's text.
He's going to text me.
Absolutely.
I got to make sure I text him back when we're done.
Let's fucking review
Let's rate a beer.
This beer. The beer we have been drinking this whole time, guys, is the Seven Clans Brewing Company's Hop-Rooted IPA. Actually, I don't think I said where they're actually from. Does this say where?
Yeah, you did. You said it at one point.
No, I don't think I did.
I thought you did.
I don't think I did. I don't think it says.
Oh, they are part of the independent brewing.
That's a big deal. I don't think it really says where they're from, which is sad to me. Wait. Nope. It doesn't really say.
Well, Billy, talk to me about your
can art.
Yeah.
I'm going to go in can art. I'm going to give this one, just because I like how they use the entire label, because they did use the entire label, I'm going to give it a 4.7. A 4.7.
Okay. Got a 4.7 on can art.
I like the decoration as far as sticking with the hop rooted. Like, it is HOP with a dash and then ROTD. You can really obviously see in the hands it's holding hops that have roots connected. It's very self-explanatory.
Yep.
And again, they use the whole label. They they really put a whole banner on there just to explain themselves, including a second banner just to make sure you understood.
Yeah.
So yeah, 4.7 on that. As far as taste goes, I'm actually gonna match and give it a 4.7. I actually really enjoyed this beer. Being a 6.5, it was bitter on the hit, but this beer really grew on me as we drank it. I know I was far done with mine before you, but I really enjoyed just the hops, the bitterness, and then the way that actually I started to enjoy the aftertaste. The aftertaste started to smooth out after about half a beer in, and I feel like as it changed, those citrusy hops, those Centennial hops or whatever really came out. And definitely my taste buds enjoyed it. So, Alex, what is your score on the can art for the Seven Clans Brewing Hop-Rooted IPA?
So to jump back into it, we didn't know where it was from. So
Nope.
I Googled them, obviously.
Okay.
Cherokee, North Carolina.
Hell yeah.
So that explains the can, that explains the logo, that also explains the name.
Yep.
And it really, if I hadn't looked this up, I probably would have been a little harder on it. I think they did a hell of a job with the label.
The label's rad.
Because it's from Cherokee, North Carolina. They did a hell of a job bringing the Cherokee in, giving that kind of in the woods feeling, that traditional
That feeling. Native feel. Yeah.
Yes. Again, huge at the bottom. They took their logo and wrapped around like you said, but also made it like something you would see in a Native American shop.
Or like anything
like
tribal related type
yes.
thing. Yeah.
I like it a lot. Actually, it gives their name a lot of purpose and their logo a lot of purpose.
Yeah, absolutely.
We go back to the can art with with the hands on it. Well, especially Native American, the hands holding roots are a whole nother level past just simplicity now, because you're talking about Cherokee, you're talking about Cherokee, North Carolina.
Exactly.
It gives it a complete backbone.
Absolutely.
On the purpose of it. I like that it had the independent. I like when they put the logo on there that they are an independent brewing company,
which is rad as fuck.
I really think that means something at this point.
Absolutely.
To be independent. Oh, I can't.
So,
what is the Pink Boots Society?
I don't know. I have to look that up.
I have to look that up. Can art. I'm gonna go 4.8. I like it. It's one above me. That really is one of my favorite cans. That one really did a good job on it. It was a simplicity, yet using the entire can. I really did like it.
Absolutely.
Taste. If we'd only had one, I'd have struggled with it.
I'm about to say, I think you're going to be harsh on it.
The second one, it actually gained a lot of traction with me. And I think it was, I don't know what I was expecting when we walked in here. You know, it's tough to, we have had so many IPAs at this point that it's tough to go, oh, I can look at a can and know what an IPA.
Yeah.
That in my book is a 4.6.
Nice. Okay, so you went for
definitely something I could totally drink again, just because the fact that after the second one, once you got over the fact that it was overly bitter at times, really was a good beer.
It smoothed out.
It poured
was really
nice.
impressed.
Again, you took a little temperature off of it, and it really had a good crisp flavor to it. It got us the IPA that I think both of us enjoy.
Yep,
absolutely.
absolutely.
It gave us, the hard kick in the nuts that we kind of like.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then it didn't drop on flavor. It wasn't just bitter.
Yeah.
It had
You still had the Centennial
flavors.
hop and that citrus was still stayed smooth. Yeah.
Really good beer. Definitely worth trying. I'd like to see what else Seven Clans Brewing has from it, because if that's one of their staple beers, they're going in the right direction, at least in my mind.
Fuck yeah, dude.
All around, good beer. Glad it didn't spew on us tonight, because I'm tired of getting beer baths trying to do this.
True.
Other than that, quality. I like it. So, Billy, that rolls us into our next subject, the brewski of the week.
We haven't even discussed this either.
We have not. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put it on you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Just so you know, don't drink it warm.
Just so you know, don't drink it warm. As far as an honorable brewski of the week, I just don't have a lot to go on.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with Chuck Norris.
That's what you're going with?
That's a fucking winner every time, buddy. Chuck Norris is our honorable brewski of the week. Why? Because he's fucking Chuck Norris, and fuck you if you think different.
And if you don't like that, you can tell him yourself. He'll kick your ass.
Yeah, because he kills two stones with one bird. He pushes the ground down. He doesn't do push-ups. So
and the other 13,000 memes you've seen with his face on.
Yeah. So guys, we really hope you enjoyed this episode of Two Dudes and a Brew. You can find us anywhere that you get your podcast, including YouTube. Make sure you check out the YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, comment, like, I don't know, do all that fun shit. We're on Apple, we're on Spotify, Stitcher, Amazon, Blaze. We're all over the place. You find us where you are.
Is that your Italian accent?
I don't fucking know.
I've got one more thing for you.
Shoot it. I didn't hear anything.
I told you I'd get you this episode with it still.
But again, guys, thank you so much for checking us out. We definitely want to shout out just a couple of people. Zach Fowler Racing, we definitely want to shout him out. Sorry about the wreck there, bud, but it is what it is. We also want to shout out
Intercept Your Podcast.
There you
Marty
go.
joins. I believe this week's episode, and once this drops, it'll be a couple weeks late. The last two I saw was a basketball kind of catch-up.
Yep.
And an NHL wraparound.
Nice.
So, guys, if you're into sports like we are, you're looking for a quick, 30-minute lunch break podcast, check out Intercept Your Podcast. He's on Apple. He's on Spotify. He's on Facebook.
And if you want to hear this beautiful voice of Alex's on there, I believe, I don't remember what episode it is, but you find him. It's the Daytona episode. You will hear my great co-host Alex on there as well. So, guys, thank you so much for all the support. We really do appreciate it, and we love that our following is still growing. We do have a lot of fun things coming for you guys here in the near future.
Oh, it's only going to get better from here.
So we just need to keep going up. And on that note, do you have anything, Alex?
Live long and prosper.
You
got to split the fingers.
Oh, my bad. Oh, yeah?
We're just not nerds. We don't do that.
No, we don't. All right, guys. This has been Two Dudes and a Brew. I'm Billy.
I'm Alex. For producer Jordan, producer Alban, everybody involved. Thank you, guys, and we'll talk to you next time.
Cheers,
Billy,
my guy.
Cheers.